Alright, in today's video we're going to talk about the shooting range, some stuff we saw about it. Because this is actually a great thing. They finally added it, it took them forever. We literally had it in Destiny Rising, a mobile game, before we had an actual Destiny, which is hilarious. But I guess Bungie decided they were going to add it. This is one of the good things coming out, but this is free for all, so it's not part of the actual DLC. But this is still really cool, so let's watch this and talk about it a bit. Alright, we're gonna end there just because it's basically done. But yeah, so we see the shooting range. We see a couple different things while looking at this. So we see here there is Cabal right here. Looks like all the different versions of Cabal. I'm assuming there's probably a tablet somewhere that you interact with and it changes the ad type, so it goes from Cabal to Fallen, because we see the Fallen in there, but we don't see it here really. So I assume these all that show enemy types will have the different versions as well. There'll probably be a tablet to change these, so it'll be go from Cabal to Fallen to Scorn to whatever, right? Which is cool. And I'm not sure what these lights are about. We see them at one point shoot these lights on this side, but as we see there's a light here as well. I'm not exactly sure what these do. I don't know if they just make the ads more aggro or higher level or some. I'm not really sure. But it is pretty cool. As a whole, this is pretty neat. So we have enemy, something enemy there. Hold up, let's slow the playback feed a lot. We're gonna mute it. We want to see exactly what this says. So it says single enemy, so run single enemy. So you could change this, I guess, multiple enemies. So yeah, say you go single enemy, and then I guess you spawn one every time you click it. We see a whole bunch of numbers here. We see 2351 on this one. I'm not exactly sure what those are for. We'll continue going. So yeah, and then we see all the way at this end over here is a marker. It's all this stuff. We see enemy something. Let me see. Oh, it's so hard to see. It's so blurry. Enemy wave or something? I don't know. It's very, very clear. This is champion enemy, which was obvious. So it's hard to tell because the frame rate's really bad, so it's not showing it really well, unfortunately. But we have champion enemies here, so they spawn a champion. It does appear the champion is random. Or if there's an order to it, it spawns a barrier in first. If there's a barrier, I guess. As we see, it spawns a barrier, which they didn't seem to want. They're like, okay, no, I don't want that. So they interact again with it to then create a unstop. So it despawns the anti-barrier as we see, or the barrier, and then it spawns in the unstoppable. So I assume, unfortunately, you can't pick if you want a specific one. It looks like you have to do that to rotate the different ones. Obviously, some enemy types don't have as many, so it's not a big of a deal, but yeah. Something else we get to see that's really cool. As we see, it spawns the unstop, like I said. Run champion enemy. See, we can see that a little clearer that time. And then runny. Oh, it's enemy wave. So it is enemy wave. We now see the second one right there was enemy wave. So I guess it'll create a whole bunch of enemies. Something we get to see here that's actually really cool. This doesn't really look like an exotic hand cannon 2 burst. It looks like a primary one. But as we see when they're shooting, it's actually, look, so they run out of ammo. So it appears to be rewind rounds. Which, yep, it says right here, rewind rounds. But it also causes ignition. It's causing scorch on hits and then ignition. They're also using a solar subclass, which means one of two things. We're either getting a new fragment for solar or aspect for solar that allows solar weapons to scorch. I don't know. But since they didn't proc anything, I doubt that. Because usually you have to proc something like that. They just straight up calls Scorch and then Ignition right here, which is quite cool. So this is either an exotic perk on this weapon, or it is a new weapon perk on legendary weapons. This does feel more exotic-like, but the weapon doesn't look like much of an exotic, especially because we know there's another exotic hand cannon. They don't usually put two of the same exotic together, so two hand cannons they don't usually do in the same season. So I assume it's some sort of new legendary perk, which is actually pretty crazy because, honestly, Incandescent's awesome, but whenever you want to Scorch an ad, you can't, so this is kind of cool. So it's a little preview. It also could be an artifact mod too that just allows scorched weapons to scorch, or solar weapons to scorch. But again, usually you have to do something to proc that, and they didn't do anything here to proc anything extra on the side or anything. So I'm assuming it's some sort of new perk. I love two burst hand cannon, so I'm actually excited for it. The scope's a bit weird on it, so it might be weird to use, but I am still excited for it because I do like the two burst for PvE and PvP. So can't wait to see what this thing's got. So then obviously we continue. This is really cool, though. As a whole, I do think they did really good on this, but this is free for everyone, so this ain't part of the actual DLC. We see a machine gun here that's... What is that? Stasis? Looks like stasis. Again, it's really hard to tell. Yeah, it is stasis. It's really hard to tell. It's really blocky. For some reason, the rendering didn't do well, but it's fine. We obviously have a flag, so you can re-get all of your ammo, which is awesome. So they did say that in the thing, that it would be able to refresh your ammo constantly while you're in here. And so then we see here, we see Fallen, it looks like. Yeah, we see Fallen now. So that was literally the spot we saw Cabal when we were loading in. So I'm assuming there's a tablet somewhere that we interact with that will change the enemy type to whatever you want. Which is cool, that you have the control over that. I'm just not sure where it is because they don't show it off in this at any point. As we see, there's captains and there's a servitor. There's another weapon here that is a kinetic, it looks like. And it looks exotic-like. But I think they did show this off. I believe this is a legendary weapon, but it does honestly look like what an exotic should look like. So it's actually a banger of a legendary, but I believe they did show it was a legendary in the weapon thing on the page for the new weapons coming out. As here, the starter wave, there's some sort of... I don't know what all the numbers are. I don't know if that's how much health total they have, and that's 17 enemies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, there's only 11 of them. Maybe 12, because it looked like there was a couple. One behind this one behind it. So 13 maybe. So I don't know what the 17's about up top. Oh, okay, so the number's going up. The more damage you do, the number's going up. I see. So it's showing you how many enemies you've killed, I guess, and how much damage you've done. Oh, okay, I see. So this is to tell you the amount. Okay, so it's to scale your damage to show what damage you're doing. So I think is what's going on here, which is quite interesting if that's how that works, because the number's going up constantly. So, alright, yeah. So I assume it's to give you an idea of what DPS is. So I don't know why I went from 17 to 20. I don't know what the top number is for, but that's way more in the mag than that. So it's not like mag based. But it does show you the weapon. Okay, so it shows you your damage you'll do overall. So to kill an enemy, this is how many bullets it takes type thing. Or to kill a wave of ads, this is how much ammo it take you. Something like that, it seems to be the idea of it. So that's kind of cool. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. This thing doesn't seem to be that impressive, I'll be honest. This auto kind of seems trash, unfortunately. He pops a hammer again. Bungie likes to tease stuff like this all the time. I'm assuming we're about to have an artifact full of solar stuff just because of this. I know it's a simple thing, but they've done stuff like this before to tease what artifact perks will be and stuff, or the idea of some of the artifacts will be. So I think we're going to have a solar-themed one, which means we'll probably have a stasis-themed one, because they like to put solar and stasis together a lot, so it'll probably be solar stasis-themed. That's my assumption. Again, could just be the guy wanting to run it. But I do think it's showing a lot of solar, which is weird. If they want to show a testing range, why show a whole bunch of solar? Alright, so it went to 47 there. Or 27? It's so hard to tell. It's so blocky. But as a whole, this is a cool system. I don't know what everything does yet. Obviously, when it comes out, we'll explore it and try to figure out exactly how it works and what it scales and understands. But I do like this as a whole. I do think this is really cool and creative. It did take Bungie literally 10 years to decide to do it. But hey, we'll take it. Anyways, enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment what you think. If you're excited for the shooting range, to try it out and see what it is. This is a great system to add to the game so you can understand DPS better and damage better. So this will help a lot of new players, a lot of old players. It's a lot easier than going to a lost sector in and out 20 times over. So, as long as it scales properly, that is. Anyways, enjoy the video. Like, subscribe, leave comments. Thank you. If you're excited for this, let me know. Thanks for watching. Adios. We out.